Unforgettable. Bacteriology. One of my favorite classes at San Francisco State was my 5-unit bacteriology class. Occasionally, while doing my reading assignments, I'd smoke a joint. While that almost always slowed down my reading and my comprehension, this one evening the pot gave me a biological, mystical experience. I was reading about how penicillin kills bacteria by disrupting the molecular structure of the bacterial cell wall. I kept rereading this one page and saying out loud over and over, "Oh man, this is some good shit. Oh, gram-positive bacteria. Ooh, synthesis of the bacterial cell wall. Penicillin has similar molecular structure of the bacterial cell wall. They bind to the cell membrane, altering this. God, this is so far out. They change the cell membrane and makes the cell disrupt, and it disrupts the osmotic balance and inhibits the cell wall synthesis. Whoa, how fucking cool is this? Cell synthesis, cell wall, semi-permeable membrane. Jesus, God, this is amazing. Actually, all that had huge meaning for me. I was in the first grade when I came down with bronchial pneumonia. I was hospitalized for a week and put on high doses of penicillin, which had only been brought to market in 1945. So hooray for the molecular structure of penicillin and its ability to disrupt cell wall synthesis. Without it, doubt I would be here speaking these words today. Lsd and Slime Mold. While I was going to SF State taking biology, I had my one and only LSD trip. Afterwards, my guru, David Dion, gave me a tab of LSD. One of my favorite classes was cell physiology. We studied such cool things as semi-permeable membranes. I became fascinated with a single-cell organism called the slime mold. Under a microscope, it looks like an amoeba without cell walls. Its guts, or cytoplasm, flows back and forth in what is called Brownian motion. For my semester project, I decided to see what different chemicals would do to the structure of this weird organism. I had seen studies done giving spiders drugs to see what effect that would have on their web making. A spider given LSD makes the strangest looking web you can imagine. Using the same idea, I wanted to see what different chemicals would do to the structure of the slime mold. I mounted an 8mm movie camera on a microscope and filmed the effect, giving my slime mold doses of water, H2O, salt water, sodium chloride, and LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide. For my report, I showed my film and listed the doses and the results of the chemicals I'd applied. When I wrote the words lysergic acid diethylamide on the board, about half the class cracked up, including the professor. Remember, this was the late 1960s in San Francisco. Here were the experimental results. Water just made the slime mold fatter. Salt water caused the rupture of the cell wall. LSD caused the whole thing to take on a very weird shape. Who knows what it did to the consciousness of the poor old slime mold? I got an A on the project. By the way, if you are a member of the SPCSM, Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Slime Mold, be advised that no slime mold was injured during this study. Our lab organisms were nursed back to health after the drug study. The organism that got the LSD, however, always seemed a little odd afterwards. I suspect he had tuned in, and dropped out.